Bump and Jump is easily one of my favorite arcade games. It's really quite evident when you consider I've previously reviewed ports for the Atari 2600, Intellivision, and Tandy computer. It's one of those games with a very simple formula that is executed very well as it combines the simple racing premise with elements of bumper cars and destruction derby, along with natural hazards such as dead ends, waterways, and islands to avoid crashing into. This all culminates into a very fun and entertaining game that keeps you coming back again and again. This Colecovision port is very faithful to the arcade original, and it has the added benefit of being compatible with the Colecovision expansion module number 2, also known in layman's terms as a steering wheel with an attached foot pedal. Now, I don't own one and can't comment on how well it works, but if it allows you to avoid using the dreadful Colecovision stock controller, I'm all for it. You can also use the Super Action controllers, a single button Atari style joystick, or if you're like me, a modified Sega Genesis controller, which works very well. Thank you, Thomas3120. There are 20 different road patterns divided up into the 4 seasons. Not the hotel chain, the actual 4 seasons, spring, summer, fall, and winter. Although if you brought your Colecovision with you to a 4 seasons hotel, I suppose you could... never mind. The object of the game is to make it to the end of each level while avoiding, bumping into, or jumping on opponent vehicles. The jumping is accomplished by hitting the button when your car hits at least 100 miles per hour, or 160.9344 kilometers per hour if you're a Canadian like me. There are several different kinds of enemy cars that behave differently with various degrees of aggressiveness towards the human player and that have different weights. Some cars can be pushed easily off the road while others barely budge when you touch them, or even worse, knock you off the road. All cars that are jumped on explode, so sometimes that's the best way to go. Some, like the dump truck, dump loads of dirt in your path. As I mentioned earlier, the tracks themselves provide plenty of challenge with waterways and dead ends that need to be navigated with pinpoint precision. As the game goes on into later levels, you'll find yourself playing certain parts of the track over and over again to get your jumps timed just right. Luckily, there's an infinite amount of continues. Once you complete a level, you get to gas up while a score screen tells you how many opponent cars you've turned to scrap, your bonus points, and the next season, just in case you forgot the order of real-life seasons. Durr. The Colecovision version of Bump and Jump is a fantastic port that really enhances an already great library for the system, and all the great controller options means you won't have to be stuck with any one type of controller. The graphics, sounds, and music, like most Colecovision games, are excellent, and very much like the arcade original. Bump and Jump for the Colecovision is a winning port that I highly recommend. This is Atarileaf. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll see you soon. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go online to see if William Shatner can find me a good deal on a 4 seasons in Hawaii. I wonder if the airline will allow my Colecovision as carry-on.